Crypto's credibility problem, and how to solve it. Is crypto safe? We hear that question time and again, right after, isn't it a scam though? And, but I heard about this guy. Some individuals, those who aren't deterred by damning headlines and well-publicized hacks, are willing to take the risk when the rewards could be so high. But for the majority who have yet to take the plunge, security is at the forefront of their minds, and it's becoming clearer with every passing report that this is the biggest barrier to mainstream adoption. So, if the power of the blockchain has any hope of reaching the masses, individuals and companies alike must believe that what they're doing with their money and their clients' money is safe. Expectation versus reality. Eye-wateringly large crypto hacks and thefts make great headlines. But the biggest problem that leads to crypto loss is the fact that individuals and companies must protect their own digital assets and the way in which they access them. Of course, this is one of the greatest benefits of cryptocurrency, as it goes hand in hand with decentralization and having full autonomy over your assets, but it's also the root cause of many issues. Ultimately, this lack of a safety net is one of the key reasons so many are hesitant about entering this world in the first place. For customers of traditional banks and credit card companies, this isn't a concern. They trust that it's the service provider's job to keep their money, their passwords and their personal identifiable information safe. Sure, this trust isn't always warranted, but over the many centuries that TradFi has been around, customers have come to expect a level of security offered by the institutions that hold their assets. All the customer has to do is ensure they don't share their 4-digit PIN or reuse their password. But when it comes to crypto, there's a fundamental misunderstanding around who is responsible for ensuring the safety of digital assets. The expectation is that exchanges and wallet providers will be able to prevent fraudulent transactions or hacks, or recover lost private keys, but the reality is quite different. And regulators are starting to wake up to the risk this lack of understanding brings to the consumer. We must address this if we're ever to bring the power of blockchain into the mainstream. After all, writing down passwords and putting them in a desk drawer is no way to change the world's financial system. Closing the gap, while holding on to what makes crypto great. Investors want to be assured that if they get locked out of their wallets, they can get back in. Businesses want to know if a transaction looks fraudulent, it will be stopped. And regulators want to know that if things go south, consumers will be protected. We've seen a significant uptick in investors and institutions looking for crypto insurance, believing it to be a panacea of security they can control and that will settle their worried minds. In such a fledgling, misunderstood space, it feels like a simple solution to a complex problem. If there's a risk that your asset will be stolen or lost, put insurance in place so you can recover it. And for a very limited few, it's an option. But crypto insurance, if you can even get it, is expensive and ultimately it does nothing to prevent theft or loss in the first place. You know the saying, prevention is better than cure. That's what we're talking about here. You wouldn't leave your front door unlocked because you have home insurance, so why do that with your digital assets? Proactive prevention, and a credible cure. We've covered two of the main issues that hold cryptocurrency back from mass adoption. The expectation that exchanges and wallets should be providing security, and the lack of awareness that there is a way to protect your or your client's crypto. So, what's the solution? We say it's putting the focus on prevention, so end users get the best possible security while limiting the risk exposure of the businesses that enable them to participate in the blockchain. There should be two elements to this: theft prevention and disaster recovery. Right now, CoinCover is probably the only company in the industry that provides this level of security, by monitoring transactions to prevent theft, and by offering a non-custodial end-to-end encrypted vault for ultra-secure storage and recovery of private keys. Plus, their technology has been insured at Lloyd's of London, so they could help investors to recover any preventable losses due to theft or hacking. It's the full gamut of crypto protection, and it enables businesses to significantly reduce their risk. To take crypto to the wider world, the pioneers of the industry must make a concerted and deliberate effort to ensure security and trust is at the center of everything they're doing. Pioneering crypto investors and firms might be comfortable with the security risks that arise from current practices, but the vast majority of the crypto curious are not. It's time we looked at the growth of crypto from their point of view and radically upgrade the security practices of the entire space. Proactive prevention, and a credible cure. We've blanketed of the primary troubles that maintain cryptocurrency again from mass adoption. The expectation that exchanges and wallets need to be providing protection, and the lack of understanding that there's a way to protect your or your customer's crypto. So, what's the solution? We say it's setting the focus on prevention, so CEIS customers get the fine possible protection whilst restricting the threat publicity of the organizations that permit them to participate inside the blockchain. There need to be two factors to this: robbery prevention and catastrophe healing. Right now, CoinCover might be the only corporation inside the enterprise that gives this stage of security, by means of tracking transactions to prevent theft and through supplying a non-custodial give-up encrypted vault for extremely at-ease garage and healing of personal keys. Plus, their generation has been insured at Lloyd's of London, so they could assist buyers to recover any preventable losses because of theft or hacking. It's the whole gamut of crypto protection, and it enables groups to significantly lessen their risk. To take crypto to the wider international, the pioneers of the enterprise have to make a concerted and deliberate attempt to make sure safety and belief is on the center of the whole thing they're doing. Pioneering crypto buyers and firms might be secure with the safety dangers that stand up from present-day practices. However, the giant majority of the crypto curious are not. It's time. We checked out the growth of crypto from their point of view and noticeably improved the security practices of the entire space. We've seen a tremendous uptick in investors and institutions searching out crypto insurance, believing it to be a panacea of security they can manage and in order to settle their worried minds. In one of this fledgling, misunderstood area, it feels like a simple solution to a complicated problem. If there's a chance that your asset could be stolen or misplaced, positioned coverage in location so that you can recover it. And for a very constrained few, it's an alternative. But crypto insurance, if you can even get it, is high-priced and in the long run it does not anything to prevent theft or loss within the first place.